What is up, 7 Days Not Fans? It's your buddy Ojama Garrett's back with another video. In today's video, I wanted to do something a little bit different. Again, this, I did that little tutorial about the best early starts, and I kind of want to keep that ball rolling. In today's video, I want to kind of go into something, keep that train rolling, like I said, and talk about armor today. Okay, so armor is the conversation to talk about today. I feel like what I want to talk about is going to be a little bit different than what most I feel like, or I haven't really watched anybody else's concept, but as you can see here, I have all of the armor sets. If I missed any, I am sorry. I'm pretty sure they are all right here because I just grabbed them all from the creative menu items, and then they do categorize them by their whatever, you know what I mean? So, I'm in the third person mode. If you don't know how to get here, if this is your first video, you can go to the debug menu, DM, CM, see how it turned it off, DM, enter, CM, enter. We'll bring it up, make them come on, and what the debug menu does allows you to fly around and stuff and then test stuff out. And then the creative menu allows you to spawn stuff in, among other things. So you need the debug menu to spawn zombies in, you need the creative menu to spawn items in. So yeah. And then you also need the debug menu to go into third person view. Okay. I really like it. I just want to comment on that real quick. Like, this is so much nicer third person than they've had ever before, like the animations here. And also too, I was looking at one specific armor here. I really like this, like, this effect with the cape here. It's really, really cool. Anyway, yeah, but that is not what I want to talk about today. Today, I wanted to talk about armor in general. What I think about armor and how I think you should feel about armor. So, I kind of try to categorize them by light armor over here, medium armor in the middle, and then heavy armor over here. But out of the list, there's only... This is also medium armor too. So there's a little bit more medium armor and there's less heavy armor than the rest of them. The primitive armor is also considered light armor, but then that would be one extra in the light armor slot over here. So that's kind of how I have them categorized. So first thing I'll say about armor is they got rid of, back in the old 7 Days versions, they used to have each individual piece, like chest, legs, feet, hands, and helmet, but then they took away a lot of that by making it an outfit. So like chest and legs together, making your own gloves, and then shoes, and then a helmet. Okay, so that's kind of your set now. And what they do is, if you look at an item here, I'm just gonna make sure. I lost my other monitor, so I have to alt tab to look at my OBS now. So yeah, I gotta figure that out too. There's a lot of things I gotta figure out. Anyway, hopefully, bear with me. Hopefully. I just gotta make sure my camera's not in the right area. So anyway, yeah. So if you look here, I'm not in the way, so you can kind of see what I'm saying here. We have a light armor rating, stamina divided by seconds, mobility percentage, noise increase percentage, and then the durability. So all these represent things, and I'm pretty sure if this is still the same, I'm not 100% sure, that light armor rating, the number here represents how much percentage is reduced to the damage that's incoming. Stamina per second, it'll either influence it one way or the other, but this is how much stamina you regenerate. See down there in the bottom left, my blue bar. That is your stamina per second. Then noise increases, like how well you sneak. Oops, didn't mean to put that on. Noise increases how much noise they'll make, so when you're sneaking, that little eyeball down in the corner there. So there's that, and then there's durability, and that's how many times, like, every time your item is used, this is reduced by a certain number. I'm not 100% sure how that works. It might just be 1, because as you can see here, this is like 300 durability, but 5 is 450, so it just might be 1 per use or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I'm just playing around with the sniper rifle because they were attacking me while I was setting everything up here. So I got all the armor sets. And then the things I want to note is, like, each of these armor, like, pieces, back in the old day, it used to just be like cloth armor, leather armor, iron armor, scrap armor, steel armor. Those were your armors. They were, like, generic, and they just provided a generic damage reduction, and that was the whole point of them. But now we are getting things like run speed plus 8% here. If you look up here, we have perks with them, and they are part of sets. We have athletic, rogue outfits, lumberjack outfit, preacher hat, etc. And I'm pretty sure once you start putting them together and you get a full set, you get an additional bonus. And then how you figure that out. The only one that you don't get a bonus on, I'm pretty sure, is primitive. So let's just take the athletics for a second here. We'll put them on. And then it'll say bonus down here with the little armor sign right here, so that if you go over to your character to figure out what the bonus is, you can go over here and see status effects. So if you hit tab to go into your crafting menu, and hit character, and there's another hotkey. I think it's just, no, it's not C. I don't remember the hotkey, but I just go to tab to bring my menu up. So if you go over and then just click the hot bar on the top here. So if you click character, you go to armor set full bonus here, and then it'll tell you what it does. So if we got all this athletic armor on, it seems that we are using 10% less food and water, which seems kind of good, but I don't know actually, because again, this is really the first look. I am looking at the armor with you, so I'm not here to talk about specifically which armor is the best, which armor is not the best. There's just something I think that a lot of other creators might miss, and I think this is very important. I feel as a I feel I need to talk to you about as a coach, okay? Or as like to help you guys out, a tip. Anyway, so if you go to that character sheet again, we can look at, there's this, Born Equipment, which shows your character and what it looks like when you put stuff on, as you can see here. I really like the primitive look anyway, like, I want to talk about it more, but I want to get to my point here. Sorry. So if you go to these bars here, you have core character stats, and then you have extended character stats. So this is very, very important information. And I don't know if the game, I know we have the new challenges and the new quests. I'm not sure on the information that the game's going to provide for you for right now. But if you're a new player, you're not really going to intuitively see this stuff. Unless you're going to like menus, like, you know, start each menu and then look at every single thing, whatever. You may find this. But just in my personal experience, it took me a while to even like realize this was here. So, like, figure out what loot stage is, XP to next level, current life, your longest life, items crafted, kilometers traveled. There's a bunch of little stats here, but there's important stats. All this is kind of important, but your extended character stats is really what I want to talk about today. So, this is armor rating. So, if you put in all the armor, it'll tell you what your total armor rating is. So, you'll have that information. So, it's very important information. So, then you'll have explosion resistance again. So, if you put this stuff on, it'll tell you the resistance to explosions, which I'm pretty sure is just a separate damage modifier. Or a damage number or whatever that rolls differently than normal damage. Armor, crit resist, I'm not 100% sure how all this breaks down. But I want to talk about specifically today stamina per second and mobility, okay? So, stamina per second, like I said, if you run around, 8.6 stamina per second, okay? That's what you're getting back. That's what it says here, your baseline character sheet here. Stamina per second is 8.5, okay? So, you may be thinking, armor good, like, you know, and, you know, like, we're gonna look here, light armor rating 8 for the glove here, and then this one is medium armor rating 16, so that's really good. But let's just pull this out real quick, so I just have it a comparison here, okay? So you got 16 armor rating for the helmet, 13, da-da-da-da-da. Let's put it on. I didn't put it on, that was the wrong button. If you hold shift, it'll move it down to your next bar. So, like, that's also a quick tip here. If you want to quickly move things into your chest and out of your chest, you can shift click. It'll move it into the storage, and you'll move it out by shift clicking it that way. But if you're just in your inventory, if you shift click, it'll move it down to your action bar. It'll move it click into your inventory. Anyway, so yeah, there's that. Just real quick. Then the thing I want to talk about again is now I have a 61% armor rating. So let's just do a damage comparison to just make sure that's correct. So I'm going to spawn in a zombie bow. Boop. I'm going to punch him and make him mad. I think he should hit me for about 8 damage. Okay, yep. So we'll just take him out the game. Yeah, so he hit us for 8 damage. So now if I put on the farmer hat, and then if we're going to see a 60% damage reduction here, I believe, 61%. So I think he'll hit us for, I wrote it down, it's going to be a 37 damage reduction, so that should be 3. Roughly 3. I don't know how it's going to round, or what the math actually happens when you're, Yep, 3. Cool, cool, cool. Take him out the game. Anyway, so yeah. Massive damage reduction, decrease, okay? The thing I want to talk about, though, is, let's just, like, look at me. The thing I want to talk about, is, I guess I'll stop, like, beating around the bush. I am very conflicted on telling you to even wear armor beyond light, because let's look at the stats here. So you have more medium armor rating than the primitive helmet. The primitive helmet is 9%, and then we have another 16% here, so that is a 7% increase. Sounds good. Sounds good. 7% more. More damage reduction equal better. But, again, you may have... I may have alluded to this in my beginner coaching series. I'm pretty sure I have. But I don't like this. Negative stamina per second. And 0.56 doesn't sound like a lot until you take it times 4. Okay? So now when you do that... I did it again. Shift clicking. Let's look at our extended stats. Now our stamina per second is 5.12, and that may seem like a lot to you, but that is like a 33% reduction, and that adds up, especially if you're using a melee build, and especially for those people who say that I'm dumb because I don't know if they exist, but I'm sure they'll come somewhere. It's the internet. But the people that like swear by stone sledgehammers, okay? So if I power attack with a stone sledgehammer and I deal 40, I take away 40. Oh, wait, no, this might reduce. This might have a perk that reduces stamina from your. Oh no, it doesn't. Okay, so I thought I was reducing my stamina by swinging. I'm not 100% sure why this isn't taking away a lot of stamina. This should be taking away like 40. It's only taking away 20 for some reason. Oh, it might be because I'm in third person. Okay, that might be why. Because it might be glitched out. Because the animation's only doing one animation. So this is a normal attack, and then if I right-click, it's a power attack. But it's still only taking away 23, so that's kind of a funny glitch. But anyway, let's try it again. Yep, so when I power attack, it takes away 40. Now that 8, you definitely want 8 back, because now you've taken 1 power attack and a stack of 3 zombies, and now you're trying to run away. And then I don't know if you can notice this, but there's something else that's going on too, and you're not moving as fast as you normally would without wearing this armor. Okay, let's look at me running around like this. Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't. Maybe I can just time it from here to that van. Let's just do it. Just kind of like, I'll just count it up. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. Okay, so about 4 Mississippis. I know, super scientific here. So I'm just going to turn God mode and turn my stamina back, and then we're just going to count the way back. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. I mean, like, an extra second. It may not seem like a lot, but it adds up over time. Especially, too, when I talked about this before. When you shoot a bunch, and you go to reload, that's gonna scale up, because it doesn't seem like a lot. That extra 1 Mississippi, that 20% movement speed reduction, 10% movement speed reduction, whatever it is. When I shoot, and then I'm running, and then I hit the reload, I reduce to a walk, and then that damage reduction from these. Oh, so it does it a pen just on its own? That's sweet. All right, cool. So armor piercing rounds just gives you baseline pen on the rifle. Anyways, yeah, that's neither here nor there. Sorry. Okay. So, like, this may not seem that big of a deal. I should have spawned in some different types of zombies here. Let me just spawn in the right zombies. I should have. Barrel. Yep. I can outrun them pretty good right now. Oh, guess not. I can outrun them downhill. I'm gonna turn around, take my shots. And yeah, I did really good there, but you see how I'm really slow, and now the pressure's really on me. And now I'm out of rifles require you to aim down sights, and now I'm out of stamina. So that's what I'm saying. Okay. So like, yeah, you get a 60% damage reduction. That's really good. I don't want to downgrade that, but I just feel like taking 60% damage is less than taking 100% less damage. Does that make sense? Because if I take this armor off, now let's try this again. I gotta heal myself up. I can run. They ain't catching me. This is the moral of the story: is they ain't catching me. I can run around some objects, confuse the AI a little bit. Take a shot, stop, take a shot. Just get back to running. And when I stop sprinting, because, you know, there's this thing I tell people called feathering. So when you sprint, you want to feather the sprint button, because what happens here, I don't know if I'll be able to show you. Maybe you'll be able to see it from behind. I'm trying to let him catch up a little bit. You know, the perfect way to explain this. Okay. So you know how, like, when you go to punch, you'll step in and then run away? And you'll get like a dodge. So if you're running away, and I'm not doing this perfectly, I'm really sorry. But when you're running away, if you feather, they'll get into melee range. But then as soon as you leave melee range, they restart the chase. And if they do commit to a melee action, there's that like that slight delay. So if you feather, actually, where you just spam the shift key, you hit it, let it off, then you can outrun them forever, actually, because you're allowing them to get close enough to take a swing, and that creates a delay where they can't actually catch you, and allows you to keep your stamina high. That's the point of doing it, because if I just hold the shift button down, the stamina goes down and it does not regenerate. Okay, but if I feather, it slightly regenerates as I'm running. Does that make sense? So there's a little extra tip. That was just a little bit of extra tip there. So, okay, so there's the first part there, and then not to really drag it on any longer, I don't feel like the armor, maybe the perks make it better, but like especially in the early game, it's gonna mislead you to think you're more protected, but you're actually gonna be hurting yourself. So if your stamina per second is also lower too, and you're gonna be doing like a gathering playthrough, like let's see your wrench. Say you go perception. This is for you, Micah. Jeez, man, I'm really bad at remembering names. I'm sorry. I think that's your name, Micah. So if I have this on, it costs stamina for me to use my wrench and to take this truck apart, right? And as you can see, it's regenerating, but it's only coming back 5 at a time. So if I just take this off, I'm actually producing. I'm getting more done. I'm able to do more. Also, another quick tip is that if it doesn't show an animation here, but the wrench breaks down whether you power attack or normal attack. But that's going to be in other episodes or other videos. I mean, a lot of people say that stuff too. So, like, here's my suggestion now. Now that we've created the dilemma, what's the solution? And my solution, personally, just get primitive armor. Because let's do this again. So I got the primitive armor on. Let's spawn our buddy Zombie Bowen. Or I need 25 of them, but still. Hello, guys. I only need one of you. I would appreciate if you, whatever. Only one of... I'll just teleport away. We don't need this drama. Anyway. It's my bad. Rough video. One take. If he hits me, I think it's like a 40% reduction here, so it should be like 5 or something like that. Yeah, 5 damage. So, you know what I mean? But the thing is, so I've reduced the damage from 8 to 5, so I've reduced it by, 3 damage, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it isn't nothing. And I get the added benefit of maintaining full stamina per second and getting a 40% damage reduction. Maybe late game it don't matter, but at least in the early game, I wouldn't even bother. So yeah, that's it. That's my little armor talk. I guess I could have gone more into like the armors specifically, but I want to keep this one kind of short and sweet so you guys got like... I want to feed it to you in bits because, like, I don't know. I feel like this type of content in general, like 7 days, is easy to consume in large periods. But if you're trying to like absorb information, it's a little bit different, I guess. But yeah, so there's that. And it only scales up with heavy armor here. You know what I mean? Like, let's see here. So we got 4 commando outfit. That's a 4, and it's a 15.4. You come over here. It's only like 3 more. I know it's like let's find a 4 to 4 maybe. 4 to 3. You know what I mean? Is it worth the stamina? And, the mobility. Yeah, that's what I was also talking about as well. Mobility, I'm pretty sure, is like your, I made this comment about one of the shoes that said they give you run speed. In one of my playthroughs, I believe. This one's awesome. Athletic shoes. I would just recommend you only use... If I did a tier list for armor, it's going to be... Light armor is going to be S tier, bro. Because, like, look at this. 8 run speed. No stamina reduction, no mobility reduction. I mean, it's a little bit worse because whatever, but I don't care. I would rather take 8% run speed and run 8% faster. You know what I'm saying? Now, Speedy, that, like, yes, your damage reduction is higher with heavier armor, but your damage reduction is actually higher if you're never hit. So that's my video. That's all I got to say about armor. I hope this was, like, meaningful. I hope this made sense. I don't know. I'm just kind of spitballing, freestyling, and just trying to think of specific things I think you guys need to hear to increase the longevity of your playthroughs. So with that being said, this is Ojama Garrett's with I don't know what I'm going to call this type of stuff, tutorials, quick tips, something like that. I don't know. You guys help me out, name it or something like that. I just hope you get some use out of it. So hopefully this video is pretty good. Again, I just kind of had to fire in the dark because I couldn't look at my OBS to make sure everything was like looking good or nothing like that. So I will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you. Thanks everybody for your support. I love you guys. Hell yeah, this channel's been really fun making stuff for. Yeah, see you later.